Adesina, Koiki here in Brooklyn. The Robert Morris Colonials, the number 7 seed in the Northeast Conference Tournament with a 69-68 victory over the number 2 seed, the LIU Blackbirds, and joined by head coach Andy Toole of the Robert Morris Colonials. What a game it was. Kayvon Stewart hitting the shot at the very end. Just another March game, elimination game, huh?
Yeah, a great way to celebrate March 1st, right? And, it was a great game by both sides. I thought, both teams played incredibly hard, and it was back and forth there for the last 5-6 minutes of the game, and we kind of just stuck to it. We just kept trying to make plays and make plays and make plays, and obviously Kayvon made one of the biggest ones of our season.
Speaking of that play, down by 1, you called the timeout. Was that play drawn for Kayvon? There was a switch. He was on a big man. So take me through that play. What did you want from that play, and just describe that play?
Well, it's a play that we're pretty comfortable with. There's a number of options on it. There's a pick and pop option. There's a stagger option, and when the switch came, they defended it pretty well, switching it all the way out, and we got the matchup we wanted, and then it's time for a senior point guard to go make a play, and that's exactly what he did. He attacked Frank's feet and was able to get into his body and then raise up and hit that little floater.
That's at the end of the game. At the beginning of the game, you start out with a 9-0 lead. Of course, there's another 38 minutes to go after that, but how important was it to get out to that quick start to maybe allay any nerves or fears going into this game?
Yeah, I thought it was great. And you know what? We talked about trying not to have some of those nerves and some of those fears and, really come out here and have fun. I mean, I think that when you're the 7th seed and you're coming into someone else's building, that's the mindset you got to take. There's no pressure on you. You just got to go out and play. And so I think, when we were able to get out to that lead, I think that helped guys settle down. And then even during the course of the game, when LIU built their lead, we were able to continue just to stay with it, and guys were really positive in timeouts. Guys were positive on the court, just telling each other, keep working, and we'll figure it out, and we did.
One of the main reasons LIU ended up getting that lead was all the points that they had in the paint, whether on entry passes or whether by drives or fast break as well, and that's a team that usually does well in the paint. Was it something that you were, I guess, okay with allowing, knowing that they're so good in the paint, and try to beat LIU in different ways?
No, I mean, we were trying to keep them out of the paint.
Okay.
Not very well. The first time we played them, they scored 44 points in the paint. The second time we played them, they scored 22. We did a really good job the second time. Tonight in the second half, they just kept going into the paint, and a lot more of it this time was dribble penetration than it was, some of the post-ups. Obviously, they got some deep post-ups and some scores, but, Augusto was in the lane nonstop. Yeah. And, he played a terrific game, and, 10 assists and 16 points, and, he just seemed to be carving us up in that paint. And so, we just kept telling our guys, if we can get one stop, let's just get one stop. Let's keep him out of the paint one time. And we kept trying to change some ball screen coverage and stuff to, keep him on his heels. But, he played an excellent game, and, thankfully we were able to score one more point.
Was that the message during the huddles in the second half when you were down by 9? One stop to try and get back in that game?
Yeah, it was. We kept telling guys it's a 3-possession game. If we can string a couple stops together and we can execute offensively, we'll get there. And we got to 9 and no one hung their heads. Everyone just kept playing. And Lorenzen Wright hit a couple big threes. Matty hit a big 3. And we got the stops that we needed during that stretch, and really gave ourselves a chance to win. And eventually Kayvon pulled it out.
You mentioned Lorenzen Wright Jr. You mentioned Matty McConnell, 2 players from basketball families as well. How important is that basketball pedigree to your program, especially in this game when Lorenzen hits the big 3s and Matty McConnell hits big 3s from beginning to end and did it, I guess, hurt as well a little bit?
Yeah, I think obviously when you've been exposed to it and you've been around it for a majority of your life, sometimes you settle into some of these moments. And even for Lorenzen in the first half, I thought he was a little bit rushed, and then he settled down really nicely in the second half and made some big plays. And Matty got us going. They tried to take him away, and then we were able to find him a couple times in the second half where he rose up and knocked him down. And so, proud of both those guys' efforts and proud of our team's effort in general.
You know what it takes to win a conference championship and do it on the road. You did it here in Brooklyn a couple of years ago against St. Francis. You know that to make the NCAA tournament, you're going to have to win 2 more road games. I know there's one before there's the other, but what's the most important thing you have to tell your team, or have told your teams in the past, in winning conference tournament games on the road specifically?
We talk about embracing the opportunity. There's no reason, like you said, to get anxious or get nervous. You just got to go out and play your game. You got to stay together, and you got to have some fun with it. And that's, the mentality that we've taken and will continue to take, and whatever happens, happens. But I think that's will allow us to play our best basketball when maybe the pressure is the highest.
Yeah. You have to let me know, who is your tailor?
A couple different guys, so it'll be all right.
Andy Toole, head coach of the Robert Morris Colonials. Robert Morris to the semifinals of the Northeast Conference Tournament, where they will take on the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers. Coach Toole, thank you so very much for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you.